Hey, Shalom. I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, salutation, and blessings to the elect who firmly believe in Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Now, on social media, there's this post here that reads, Iran warns world that actions in Gaza may force everyone to act. At UN, Iran warns U.S. will not be spared if war in Gaza continues. Now, as we should know, paying attention to the current events, America, denied the ceasefire for Israel to stop, continue to send airstrikes over there at Palestine, and all the other countries were shocked that they pretty much made that decision. And this is why they make this. This is why they're actually making the statement that they're making now. But those of us who are in the know, they are all on the same team. These global elites. These what you call presidents of these countries. They all in it to attempt to establish a new world order. A reglobalization, if you will. And the sacrifice that has to be made are these children, or these women, and these so-called innocent people. And the drama that's happening over there is actually going to come to the shores of America as well, right? So this is a situation that's not going to let up, I believe. If it does, it's going to die down for a little bit, but they're going to still be holding on to those grudges, But what we doing as prophets and as men of the Lord is measuring the times diligently within itself. And as the caption here says, at the United Nations, Iran's foreign minister, Hossein Amirabdollahian, issued a stern warning. He suggested that the U.S. would face consequences if Israel's offensive in Gaza persisted. Amir Abdullahian directly addressed American officials, cautioning against the continuation of what he termed the genocide in Palestine. Following a Hamas attack on October 7th, Israel adopted an aggressive stance. In response, Israel has launched airstrikes, established a blockade, and is now ground incursion. Palestinian authorities have reported over 7,000 casualties due to these actions. And this is in the span of, 3 weeks? It says, in the midst of this, Hamas has expressed its willingness to release civilian hostages. They also emphasized the urgent need to release 6,000 Palestinians currently held in Israeli prisons. Amir, whatever this guy's name, the foreign minister, right, highlighted that Iran, in collaboration with Qatar and Turkey, is ready to participate in this humanitarian mission. So we're on the brink, man. We're on the brink, to this Third World War. And we can't wait for it to happen because it's ushering in the kingdom. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9. I start at verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So these are signs that we are in those times of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai coming back. It says, for like as all that is made in the world had a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings and effects and signs. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. So we are in a time of earthquakes and uproars of the people of the world. Let me also get the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, because the Lord told us what to look after as an indication as the end of the world. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many. And we see that happening on a daily basis, right? Look, if you're not under the vibration of great millstone through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you do not have the truth. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So what we seeing wars, we seeing rumors of wars. You see what the prime minister of Iran said. They may be forced to get involved. That's a rumor. And the actual war is going on because Israel's over there sending airstrikes over there at Palestine, and we know what the scriptures say: the least of the flock shall draw them out. That means the Israelis over there is going to bring America into this third world war. So, like I said, I don't see the situation letting up. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places." We got the C-19. Earthquakes is always happening. Famines, there's a shortage of food and water, which is going to get worse, at an alarming rate. We see the kingdom against kingdom. China's talking about getting involved in this situation. Iran, North Korea, South Korea, India, countries are looking to get involved, because they're looking at this situation as if it's inhumane. But we all know, like I said earlier, they all on the same team. They all playing ball together. It says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. That's right. So all of these are the beginning of sorrows, meaning what? Things are going to get worse. Worse, right? Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. That's an example of staying upon our watch. When we come across news, information that is in alignment with the Holy Scriptures, we report on it, and we filter it through the Holy Scriptures to let the people know what times they're living in according to Bible times. It says, and Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. And that's right. World War III is set for an appointed time. The mark of the beast being mandated is set for an appointed time. America being destroyed is set for an appointed time. The pestilence, the plagues, the famines, everything is set for an appointed time, But ultimately, when it comes to the end of the world, that's the time we're waiting on. It says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. And that's our faith. That's our faith, man. We believe that the Heavenly Father is going to deliver us in these trying times. This scripture I'm looking for. What is it? Zephaniah. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? All right, this is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 8. Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. The prey is the enemy, beginning with Edom, right? And the other nations. For my determination is to gather the nations. So the Lord is what? Gathering the nations, man. Right? For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, meaning what? All of these countries: China, Iran, America, Israel, North Korea, South Korea, India, right? Assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. And how is the Lord going to do that? The Lord is going to do it by way of his laser beams, man. Because the scriptures prophesy about that. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13. I'm going to start at verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea that moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven, to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yet this fight. So this is talking about these armies, the armies in which the Lord spoke upon in Zephaniah 3:8 that he was going to gather together at Yahweh's Mashaphat, the valley of Jehoshaphat. They all looked upon, that chariot and saw Yahushua and the armies, and they were afraid. But what? The Lord put the spirit upon them to still fight. Right, in verse 9 it says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. So Yahushua had no weapons. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire. So he had a laser, a zap they ass, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and a great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So I believe War of the Worlds, showcased this particular event with Tom Cruise. So this is how we know that this brings us confidence. When when we got to go through our hour of temptation, when we got to go through Jacob's trouble and everything like that, we're fighting a power. We're going against opposition in whom they're afraid of our power. So why be afraid of them? The Lord's gonna get rid of their ass by one laser beam. You know what I'm saying? It says, afterward saw I the same man come down from the mountain, and call unto him another peaceable multitude. And there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry, and some of them were bound, and others some brought of them that were offered. Then was I sick through great fear, and I awaked and said, Thou hast showed thy servant these wonders from the beginning, and hast counted me worthy that thou shouldest receive my prayer. And this is a vision and prophecy that hasn't come to pass yet. We still waiting on that. And this is why we do these shows and lessons, so it could come a whole lot sooner. That's why. Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 7. Hold thy peace at the presence of the Lord power, for the day of Yahweh is at hand. For Yahweh had prepared a sacrifice. Everything requires a sacrifice, right? For the kingdom of heaven, a sacrifice has to be made. And that's you kingdoms being destroyed, right? The Lord had prepared a sacrifice. He has bid his guest. And the Lord started the two invites he sent out. Israel, Palestine, right? He had bid his guests, and it shall come to pass in the day of the Yahweh sacrifice, that I will punish the princes and the king's children, and all such as are clothed with strange apparel. That means what? If you don't have the knowledge, the truth, if you don't know the Lord's name, everybody's getting destroyed. That ain't right. It says, in the same day also will I punish all those that leap on the threshold, which fill their master's houses with violence and deceit. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and an howling from the second, and great crashing from the hills. How ye inhabitants of Maktesh, that's your stock market. I was just watching that Earn Your Leisure guys, and they was pretty much saying if this continues within the next 2 to 3 months, it's going to hurt the stock market. Because these guys are into investments and real estate and stock market and crypto and everything like that. So they have information on it, and they made the statement: if this situation over there continues for the next 2 to 3 months, it will bring a detriment to the stock market. And as it says here, Maktesh, that was a city, to where trade was done, right? In the same sense. So it says, how ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lees, that say in their heart, Yahweh will not do good, neither will he do evil. So this is why it's important for us to, trim our lamps and stay upon the job, because, hey, man, this things is happening. The Lord is showing himself, The end is here. The end ain't near. The end is here. That's the mindset we got to have. The Lord's about to bring great destruction upon this place. And we can't get ready. We already got to be ready. And close out with this. It's for Malachi chapter 4, verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, save the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. So what? That's what we call nuclear destruction. Nuclear destruction is on the rise, and it's happening at a rapid rate. We see the war drums beating. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the elect. With that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honors to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, salutation, and blessings to the elect. Shalom.